So our next storyteller moved to Richmond when he was 3, never left. He's completed at least one Ironman triathlon, which is nuts, and now has his own home improvement company, Second Generation Home Improvement. So we're gonna get the second half of our program tonight started by welcoming Craig Weigel.
Okay, so my story starts with one of the handful of perks of having a terminally ill father when you're a young child. He didn't work, and nor did my mother to help take care of him, and we also had a motorhome. So summers were spent in the motorhome. That was my entire summer, obviously until he passed. That's the end of the downer stuff. So moving forward, we lived in this thing. It was one of the cab-over motorhomes where it didn't have a hood. So there's a giant section in the middle that you would pull up from the inside to work on the motor. Well, being in the 80s, that's where all the kids sat because you didn't have to worry about being buckled in back then. You just didn't have bad accidents, I guess. You just sat there, listened to your parents, Ronnie Millsap 8 tracks, or Neil Diamond and whatever they threw in, and we would just go to various campgrounds throughout the country. Never knew where we were. I just knew we were at a campground. So there was one time at a campground, I decided to take a nap on a picnic table, and when I wake up, my home for the summer is gone. Seemed odd, never had this happen. I am in our screened-in tent that goes over the picnic table. That was not a sign that they were coming back. And then also tied to the picnic table was my German Shepherd dog, Tila, for all of you He-Man fans. And so I'm sitting there thinking, and this is at 6, looking around, look at the dog, and I'm like, I understand why they probably left me, but why did they leave you? So I'm milling around the campground. It must have been out of season. Nobody was around. Didn't see any other motorhomes or any campers or anything. So I'm just sitting there trying to figure out what's going on, and pretty much the only thing that could come into my 6-year-old brain as to what happened is this is where and how adulthood starts. This is it. Here's your dog. Here you're in nature, and just go figure it out. So, talking with my sister in retrospect, she got to tell me the version of the story from inside the motorhome. Obviously, they just went into town to get supplies or whatever. I have no clue what they were doing. And then my mom, I doubt she had the big Kevin moment from Home Alone. But once my mom realized that I was not in the motorhome, not napping in the back, because that's the only other possibility for why her son was quiet. I outgrew that, though, so that's a lot better now. So she's screaming at my dad to hurry up and get back to the campground to go get our son who's left behind. It's the nature nurture. I didn't know my dad well, but we seem to have the same parent style, and he's just like, okay, whatever. Nothing's gonna happen to him. That's the way I do my kids as well. They'll learn. Nobody's died yet, so we're good. So mind you, this is one of those giant motorhomes. The dining room, bathroom, a long walkway to the bathroom or to the back sleeping area. And my mom is wanting my dad to hot rod this thing through town and out of town to go save me, who's just sitting around a campground. And so I just start drifting around throughout the campground, just killing time. Maybe I'm thinking of how I'm going to survive and, what we're going to do. So it's just me and this dog who could walk me, which that was another bad idea. So as I am coming around the corner from coming back to the campsite, I see the motorhome parked there, and I look over at Tila, and I'm thinking, I guess they're coming back for the dog. And as you can tell, I survived my call to the wild, and so everything is all good. So thank you.
I don't know, that thing just jumped out and bit me. It was like I thought it was a reptile. I didn't want to step on it. So yeah, thanks, Craig. I mean, left alone at 6, no big deal, right?